Hey, Cubo, everyone. This is Panchito del Rancho. So I wanted to talk about the terrariums once again. Oh, Jesus! Don't mind that. That's just my cover, my screensaver thing. Okay. Let me just cover that up real quick. Let me cover her up. She's for my eyes only. My eyes only. So gardening. So you guys already know how I thought about the terrariums, but if you guys look at this right here in this picture right here to the left, it's a screenshot that I took, and technically you guys will be able to preserve a designated area, a specific area in your garden for someone to go and install the glass. Okay, glass all the way around. This is for people who have the money to do this, okay? If you don't, then sorry, you're going to deal with the maintenance and, having to pull up weeds and your grass dying and stuff like that. But if you guys are going with artificial gardening, artificial turfs, the grass, everything artificial, then this is when this information applies to all of you. Okay? So, you see all these beautiful, colorful flowers? Well, the same can be true inside of the glass. So, the glass can be raised like 3 feet. And these bushes, and the top, obviously, they could be like these type of colors. Yellow, reds, pinks, or whatever you guys want to add in there. Then, because we're assuming that you guys have money, right? Then that's when you guys will call a window cleaning company. So, if anything, you guys will already have a window cleaning company working for all of you. Okay? So, they will already be cleaning your glass. Okay? Your offices, your businesses, indoor and outside, including window cleaning company of glass gates. Okay? Glass gates or fences. So right here we see Sea of Glass. I used to actually work for Sea of Glass for a little bit until I just couldn't do it anymore. But anyways, we actually did a little bit of I think it's glass fence. Like this. Okay, so a lot of people are actually purchasing this and installing this type of setup, where instead of like a wooden gate or a short, brick wall like this one, with nothing above it, it's actually a glass. And these things get dirty. There's obviously bugs and stuff. So with the terrariums that I'm talking about, they will get dusty. Okay? So look at this. This is a perfect example right here. of what I'm trying to refer to, because you guys will be able to have something like this, but this way as well. Okay? Like that. And it won't allow any condensation or moisture within the glass at all, because you guys will not be introducing any water into it. Okay? I'm still trying to figure out what can be used to prevent condensation. I think the only way to prevent that is not to add any type of water at all. So your guys' best bets would be maybe some type of liquid detergent that has no water in it, and maybe some oils. And the oils will give it that shiny look, that wet look, like polyurethane. Okay, this stuff right here is used to revive wood textures, wooden tables, fences, you name it. Okay, it gives it that wet look, that wet appearance, and that is exactly what the oil will do inside of the glass, you know, within the, like the fish tank type of thing. Okay, so so yeah, you guys can actually make it bigger. It doesn't have to be small, like on a small scale. Okay, and the great thing about it is that you guys will be able to let me see, outdoor terrariums. I have like these right here. I actually just made this one image, I think yesterday. And this is it right here. It's just not opening. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we have the outdoor artificial terrarium. Okay, so this is a general idea of what I was kind of thinking about. Okay, so yeah, like I just wanted to show all of you guys these concepts. Like, look at this one. This one right here looks beautiful. It's on a small scale, but imagine it on a large scale. You know, with the glass and everything. Okay? That's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. You know, taking it to a whole different level. And obviously these things will be permanent once they get installed. And obviously you guys it would require a window cleaning company to, you know, come in, and so that they can clean the dusty orb. Like, let me just type it out. Let me type that up. Dusty orb. Let me see. Glass orb. Okay, so let me select some images here, and this stuff gets dusty over time. Okay, it's just like cleaning like light fixtures and stuff like that. After a while, it will create dust will accumulate on the glass itself, but the dust will not be able to go into the glass. I hope you guys understand that. Okay, I hope you guys are catching this. The dust will be able to settle. It will settle on the glass, the outside of the glass, but there will be no way for the dust to enter the terrarium. Okay? So, let me just type in before and after light fixtures, so you guys can see the differences. See that? Look at this glass comparatively to this glass. I think they cleaned the glass, or they might have just painted it. I'm not really quite sure what they did there. But either way, the glass will get dirty over time. Right here they are showing before and after of updated light fixtures, but I'm trying to look for one where they actually clean the glass. But you guys understand what I'm talking about. It's just like a dirty light bulb, like back in the day before LEDs. Dirty light bulb. Okay, so obviously over time it's going to get dirty. Well, this is a perfect example. So over time it's going to get dusty and dirty like this. Then your cleaning company will come and make it look shiny again. Okay, that's when the window cleaning company will come in handy. So you guys can ask them, hey, can you clean the glass orbs, the glass outdoor terrariums? Or you guys might have it where the terrarium stretches from one end of the backyard to the other, that or all the way around, all around the house, the whole property, obviously except the artificial turf. But this way, your dogs and cats and all that won't damage your plants either. Okay, they'll be protected. Like animals won't be able to go in there and mess things up, because first of all, they won't even be attracted to it, because it'll be artificial. The only time that they will be attracted to it will probably be to dig underneath, possibly to get some shade, some cover, and so they can be comfortable. But your lawns won't even require any water. Okay, so that's the neat thing about this whole idea. And look at this, there is glass fences everywhere. Okay, so if any of you are out there talking crap about my idea, or other people are talking crap, about this idea, like, think twice. Look at this. Glass is everywhere. Okay, so if you guys think for 1 minute that this is a stupid idea, then you would be wrong. You and your whole crew, as a matter of fact. You and your whole family. You and your wife and children. You. So, that's the beautiful thing about all this. Look at this. This is a patio. Okay? It's kind of like the terrarium idea in a sense. And, you know, instead of just having one piece of glass, now we can even introduce this idea on a patio, you know, for some privacy. So, let us go back to that one plant right here. Imagine that. You'll be able to see your plants from the bottom of the balcony. Your neighbors will be able to see that beautiful balcony with beautiful colors, beautiful plants, artificial plants, and then from the inside, you guys will be able to walk out, and instead of, like I said, instead of just one piece of glass, it can have multiple pieces of glass just like this. And it can wrap all the way around your patio, your back gates, you know, your fences. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on and on. Designers after designers after designers, idea after idea after idea, inspiration after inspiration after inspiration after inspiration. This is never ending. This is ongoing, continuous, forever. Forever, because all this is research and development, and eventually what used to work back then will no longer work in the future. The same is true with the plants. You know, some plants might work, but later on someone's going to come out with a much better concept, a much better invention, a much better idea. Okay? So, I'm speaking. So yeah, that's pretty much it though. So look at, check these out. These are some that I made. And I even added some little balls in there, some bouncy balls, some rubber balls. Look at that. And these are so beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, and this is on a small scale. It's not like on a large scale. I wish I could, you know, I wish I had the money to do this big and to maybe even help people create some awesome terrariums. But look at this. I added some soapy water in here, and already I can see condensation. I can see a ton of condensation, and I don't like that. So, excuse me. So we need to find a way, a solution to eliminate this condensation for all future terrariums, especially if they are outside. Okay, so I guess since we are talking about this, you see this one right here? It doesn't have any condensation, but it has a ton of water in there. You see all that water at the bottom? And that's only because I added soap in here. So that's why you guys don't see any condensation in there. But let's take it outside for a few hours, and this one as well, because the artificial plants are not going to die. They're just going to stay out there. And like I said, this is all research and development. Okay, so I still have a lot to learn. I have two of them right here. One's empty, but I did add water into it already. So what I need to do is get some dry, possibly some dry sand. Very fine gravel or sand that's super dry. And once I place it into the glass container, I most likely need to add some type of oil, because the oil is going to run down. The oil, even if it's on the walls temporarily, the heat is going to drop that oil to the bottom. Now, I'm thinking that if I spray some oil on the artificial plant, that it will stay green. It will have that wet look. And I'm hoping that oil residue or whatever, like a thin layer, will remain at the very top surface of the artificial plants for a number of years, and hopefully a lifetime. Because once these things are set up, you people will not have to bother with this ever again. But the glass will still get dirty from the outside. Okay, so you people will still need to call your regular routine window cleaner to come into your home and to maintenance, to clean all your windows from the inside and outside, and the fences, and your balcony windows, and your artificial terrarium glass domes or orbs or fish tanks, whatever, however you people decide to go about all of this. Okay, and what I like about this idea, which I already mentioned to all of you more than once, is that you people will be able to go outside with your friends and family members, and even your kids. If you have kids who are destructive, they won't have access inside of your terrarium. Okay, so you'll be able to set it up, and you tell them, stay away from my terrariums. I don't want you guys going in them. I don't want you guys altering them in any way, any possible, or any way, shape, or form. Okay, that type of thing. Stay away from them. So they'll know in their mind, it'll be like, it will register. Stay away from the terrariums. Stay away from the terrariums. And the awesome thing about this is that they will love them. They'll go outside, and you won't have to do any maintenance. No, like leaves, litter, dust, all that stuff that typically normally goes into a terrarium, or into a garden. It won't be able to go into this terrarium at all. Even like if you have a landscaper, I don't know why you would have a landscaper if everything is artificial. But that's the problem right now. People, and that's why this idea is so great, because right now there's a lot of people out there in the world, and they spend a ton of money on their lawns, on their the gardens, to make it look beautiful and nice, and then give it like 1 year, and the wood chips, they turn, like, they get discolored. It gets a bunch of like leaf litter. The landscapers come and blow all the wood chips away. You name it. It's a nightmare. So with this idea, stay like that untouched for years. And that's the beautiful thing about this idea. If you guys are not catching this, that is the key right there. It's like a forever terrarium. Beautiful. Isn't it beautiful? Like, just look at that. Just look at that, people. It'll just stay like that. And it has that forest look. It looks so beautiful and inspiring, you know, like, I mean, I even want, and you know, you guys will be able to add whatever you guys want in there. Like, I actually liked, I personally liked these images here. Okay, I personally liked all these images right here, and they're just beautiful. Oh yeah, and then this one, I seen it on Etsy, and this one is so awesome because these can actually be placed like on the house itself, you know, and it has the terrarium, you know, artificial plants. It's not 100% closed off, but I believe that it should be to, you know, to prevent the dust and bugs and spiders from going in there and creating a colony of more spiders and more bacteria and more dust and more poop and stuff like that. So, you know, obviously a closed, 100% closed terrarium would be better. Okay? Oh yeah, and then I seen these right here. This squared one and then this one right here is like a different shape, but yet, and I know that it has that opening, like, you know, so you guys can put your hands in there, you know, on this you know, diamond shaped type of terrarium, but I believe that it should be, you know, it should have a door, kind of like a mason jar, to completely seal it. So this was also a very cool idea. Okay, so I saved that for that reason. And then this one as well. These cubes right here, I think even the way that they are right there, like sideways and with the dirt, you know, so it's not like, it's not placed leveled and flush with the gravel or with the dirt or whatever, the turf. It's like angled, you know, differently and positioned differently. And I think that this is super cool as well. Again, especially if all of it is closed off, so no dust, no animals, you know, no bacteria, whatever will be able to go in there. And think about it. These plants can be reused over and over and over and over. Okay? So that's the beautiful thing about all of this. Because, let's say, you know, you don't want the plants that you guys want right now, or that you guys have. It's okay, you guys will be able to sell them. Other people will sell them for you. Other people, you can give them away, you can donate them. You know, the Salvation Army will take care of reselling them. All you have to do is go buy more, order some, and have your landscaper, your gardener, you know, place these artificial plants within your terrariums and they have the experience to make everything look beautiful. Okay, like, oh, well, like this looks beautiful. I think these all look beautiful. You know, this one right here looks really nice. Especially this one. There's something about it that just catches my eye. Just look at that. So, there's a ton of potential. I like this one too. It's single, like it's all by itself. Look at this. It's all by its lonesome, but it just highlights that plant, and it just looks really nice. This looks super cool too. It looks foresty. You know, with the gravel and the sand and the bigger rocks. You can tell that they really took their time on this one right here. So yeah, you know, this is not for like broke people. You know, if you don't have an artificial, if you do not have an artificial landscaped yard, do not even look at this video any longer. Unless you're like a designer, or you're looking at this to get like some type of inspiration or motivation, or maybe you want to create your own artificial plants to sell to these rich people, then by all means watch this video. But if you're not on that level with that type of high class money and curb appeal potential, this is not the video for you, unfortunately. And look at this one right here. It's so big. This is what I was technically speaking about. It's like at least 3 or 4 feet in diameter. Okay, the radius, that thing is huge. And the likelihood of anyone stealing this, you know, like going into your lawn and like, you know, it could come to my room and like walk out with this thing, you know. But not with, you know, this big one right here. And let's go outside real quick, and I'm going to show you guys this terrarium thing again. So far it doesn't have any condensation. It's probably too soon to see any signs of condensation on that terrarium that I built. But I believe it's going to have condensation soon. Just because I noticed that. But look at this. Peep game on this. You guys see this conditioner? This conditioner revitalizant, whatever. Let me turn on the light. Sorry. Okay, lights on. But check this out. You guys see that condensation in there? That's not good. Now, check this one out. it doesn't have any condensation at all. Okay, it was just tipped over like this, but up here it has no condensation whatsoever. And look at that, you guys can see right through that. It looks beautiful. The only reason this is like this is because it was exposed to the outside and it got dried. Okay, look at that. See that? That's from the outside, so that doesn't count. See how beautiful that is, though? You guys can see my hand. And obviously this is from the outside. Okay? But this looks beautiful. It looks nice. And that's the way that it should always be. Not like this. So that's what I'm working on right now, is to prevent that from happening inside of these terrariums. And oh my god, I think everyone in the world would love to do your gardening, right? Imagine having your whole backyard covered and filled with these terrariums, and paying people to go and maintenance them. Not really maintenance, but switch them all up. To switch them up. I think that people, we should have like a universal type of terrarium, so that we can oh my god, what is that? Hold on, I don't like this background. Okay, that's much better. Oh, a white background, perfect. So look at it, ladies and gentlemen. So I think that we should have a universal type of terrarium. In the event that some of you don't want your existing terrarium for whatever reason, but you like another one, maybe you go to the store and you see one, maybe you go to your local nursery, okay, or you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, and you see one right there that you love, that you like, and let's assume that you have the money to purchase it and have Home Depot or Lowe's or your local nursery to actually take it and deliver it to your house and install it for you, and for them to remove the older one, and they can place it wherever you want it. Maybe you want it in your garage or whatever the case may be. But either way, they will replace the one that you don't want, and they'll, install the new one. That, or you guys can, you guys can even pay children to pimp out your terrariums, especially if they show a lot of interest in this idea, in this futuristic home and or business type of gardening. Then maybe, especially if you're right there telling them what to do, or if someone has a license for gardening, they went to school for this type of stuff, to college or whatever, and they have certificates, then yeah, people like that. But if you're broke like me and you have weeds outside and you still don't have an artificial turf, then you can just do the maintenance yourself, or you guys can pay a kid down the street to do it, or you guys can have your children do it for you. Go in there, they can empty it all out. You guys can add any type of gravel you guys want, any type of elements you guys want, and pimp it all out, and then eventually close it for many years to come. That's the beautiful thing about all of this, is that once it's pretty much established, you guys won't have to do any further maintenance other than having the window cleaning companies, your window cleaning company that services your home, to come and clean your windows for you. And everyone understands that. Obviously glass gets dirty, and I guess we can start to create the best type of setup that won't get easily dirty. Okay? And obviously, if you guys have an artificial lawn, you guys are not going to have any sprinklers going off. The only type of water that will be landing on your property will be from rainwater. Okay, so you guys won't have hard water spots on the glass. Like I'm assuming your gardens at this point, or your gardens are 100% artificial. If they are 100% artificial, you guys won't even have to worry about hard water spots, calcium buildup, water buildup, calcium buildup, I already said that, and stuff like that, or water, glass etching. You guys won't have to worry about all of that stuff. And I know all of this information because I used to be a window cleaner. I used to clean windows for a number of years. So people would hit me up and they'll tell me, hey, can you remove the hard water spots? Or sometimes there's condensation on the glass. Can you remove the condensation? And there's ways of doing both. Okay, to eliminate both permanently, and I learned along the way what to use to do that, to clean that. But again, that's what I'm talking about with 100% artificial turfs, or artificial gardening at your homes. There's no watering involved. The only watering that will be required, it will be like a drip system for possibly your garden. Like a real garden. You want to grow strawberries or lemons, grapes, or whatever the case may be. That's different. That's besides all of this stuff. Okay? For the most part, you guys don't even have to do that. there's so many inventions out there that can handle growing corn and strawberries and all that stuff, that you guys can just walk into a store and purchase all of that, and it will always be fresh. There's no reason for all of you to be growing anything. Honestly, there's professional companies who focus their full attention on these things, on these matters, for every single fruit and vegetable. For any of you to preoccupy yourselves in that type of like confusion and distraction. That's just a distraction. To me it is, anyways. It really is. To me it's just a distraction that doesn't need to be in your life. That shouldn't take up your time. There's so many other things to focus your attention on. And what I'm talking about is you come into your home and your lawn is beautiful, and you do it once and you forget about it, and you just go outside and enjoy it. It's like this will offer you people peace of mind, something that money can't even buy. Okay. There's so many people out there who pay professionals to do their landscaping, but then you people have to worry about sprinklers breaking. You guys, some of your plants are dying. This, that. It's a list of things, and it's super annoying. And it's not one thing; it's another. And obviously, we can even go into bullet-proof glass. And this stuff, just like any other invention out there in the world, it's only getting better and better. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you guys put these things. Eventually, if you guys have a real live tree, or your neighbors have trees and the leaves get over there or fall down from their house from their property onto your property, and if any of the debris or tree cutting or whatever the case may be happens to fall in your terrariums, it won't break it. And we're talking about like a lot of force here. Okay? But at least, the way I can see it is, at least the glass won't, contaminate your terrarium, hopefully. If any glass, like let's say, like this terrarium, I have this one right here. Okay, let's say I were to drop this. Okay, if I drop this thing, the glass will get into the soil, into the marbles. So I would have to clean it all out, right? And that would be a nightmare. Basically, I would want to just probably get rid of it, but since I'm not, rich and wealthy, I would personally take the time to risk getting cut, and I would clean all of this, and I would get rid of the soil. I would drop these in water, these marbles, and pick one out at a time in water, because glass doesn't float, it sinks. So if you guys have them outside and a rock hits it or a tree falls on it, I'm kind of thinking along these lines with a bulletproof type of glass. Okay. And I'm telling you guys, glass is big. It's everywhere. And if you guys haven't looked at interior type of gardening, let's go to that real quick. Well, let's type in interior artificial gardening. Let's be specific here as much as possible. Oh, I'm a horrible speller. I thank God for the internet. It always corrects me. If it could, it would be correcting my grammar and everything else. So, where was I going with all of this? Oh, yeah. The other thing is like interior gardening, and I've also witnessed it at the Have a Burger Grill. And I love this restaurants. I think that's why I started working there to begin with, because of the gardening inside. Let's see here. Well, this one doesn't have any gardening in it. This one does though. Look at that. Right there. You guys see that? Right here it has the flower pot, and it has some artificial flowers, like a little plant and some grass. This stuff right here is not grass. I forget what it's called. It's like well, I don't know. I have some of that in the garden, my mom's house right here, but I forgot what it's called. But anyways, they do sell some artificial type of stuff as well. As you guys can see, they do have like the rocks in there and everything, but the plants do get dusty because remember, I work there, and I tried cleaning them, but there's way too much like surfaces to clean, and we're busy rushing, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and it's never enough. They're never satisfied. And as soon as work slows down, alright, go home. Go home. Like they want you working or go home. That's how rude these people can be. But it's okay, it's all business. So yeah, like I'm into this stuff all day long. Like look at this. See, this is where my idea will come in handy. There's people over here, in the center, the terrariums. And look at this. This is beautiful. Waste management. This is a beautiful logo. Wow, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm going to add it to my to my stuff here, my gardening stuff, and that is for outdoor terrariums. Let me see here. Create a new folder. Indoor terrariums. Terrariums. Okay, so I'm going to be adding that one in here. And there it is. Because that looks beautiful. Looks nice. And look at this right here. Look at these pillars. But imagine the dust. Imagine the possible spiders and stuff that can live there. Okay, so that's why I think it should be capsulated. It should be covered and protected with another with a piece of glass of some sort. That's what I believe in. That's what I believe. Alright. These round pieces here, this round platform, you guys can install some round glass that can form like a fish tank type of thing with the flowers within it. The lighting, the whole 9 yards. Alright. Let me see here. Ooh, look at this one. Look at this stuff. Now, I did think about pretty much like how I found some terrariums out. I think these, I put it in the outside of the terrarium type of category, this album, this specific folder. I put outdoor terrariums. That's what I named it myself. But if you guys actually look at it, I think these things were created for indoor. This one right here. This one right here and this one over here, I think they're created for indoor use. But this one right here, I don't know why I'm not able to select it or open it. But I can, however, drag it and drop it into the internet, and here it is. Okay, so I don't know, my computer's just acting weird like that, but here it is. This is like a raised planter, so I was thinking about the same type of concept, but like over these. So having a container, a glass container, over existing planters. Okay, so people can add rocks or whatever and make it all artificial. Because that's what I'm into. Artificial stuff, not real stuff. I think that real stuff can stay in the forest. Because it requires no maintenance. It requires no human intervention whatsoever. It's just there. It just happens. You know, and I believe everyone wants to be in control. Everyone wants things to look beautiful and stuff like that. And mainly it's education, you know, the knowledge of having all that stuff thrive and survive, and all that will depend if someone is educated or not. But then what happens over time when, you know, money runs out, when the money starts running out, or when you get too old to go out there and start gardening all over again. All of a sudden you can't pick up the soil bags. You can't pick up the what are they called again? The wood chip bags, because it's too heavy. And maybe you're getting older where you won't be able to do this for very long. And think about it, it's just going to go to waste. Okay, that's the beautiful thing about this idea. Again, trust me, is that you people won't have to do this over and over and over, like a redundancy. You people won't have to deal with that anymore. For trees, the same is true. They can have a round type of planter, or it could be like these right here, like that, like just something squared. Or I actually saved one, and it was watch, when I find it, you people will love it. As this one right here, watch, check this out. This one. So imagine one of these trees right here, okay, inside something like this, something beautiful. And these things can be 20 feet up in the sky. They can be 30 feet up in the sky. And your window cleaners, they will be able to handle the job. Okay, with the water-fed systems. You see the water-fed? They know exactly what to do. They're experts. They're professionals. Okay? So, you just call them up. They'll go clean this up for you once in a while. It's that simple. This idea will most likely be better in a business environment, okay? Not a residential environment, although, it all comes down to the money. People will do anything for the money. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much it. But I just wanted to get this out of me. It's so fun and exciting, and it makes me feel like I'm in control, even though I'm not. But there's just something about it. Look at this beautifulness. I don't know what the heck this is, but this is beautiful. Sungrass. Whatever this is, it's just beautiful. I mean, look at this. The furniture, the artificial grass, all these raw elements, the concrete, we've seen some pillars, all this, concrete work right here, natural stones and stuff. Like, you people will be able to, trust me, like, go all out with all this, and it will last a long time. Remember the hanging ones? See, these are basically, technically, some hanging artificial. Well, these might be real, but remember the artificial ones that I took a picture of right here. Okay, this can be for inside or outdoor. Okay, these right here. Let me actually drop this in the internet. So here it is. Okay, that's the same thing as oh, and I don't know what those things were, but they were balls. Those balls look really nice. They're like colorful, like golf, beautiful, like bowling balls type of thing, like marbles. But yeah, the possibilities are just endless. Like look at this beautifulness. Artificial flowers, yes, that's what I needed. Okay, this is, well, I can't cover up my beautiful face there, sorry about that. So I just saved this image, but it's saving it as a WEBP, whatever that stands for. I don't like it. I'll get rid of it later on. So whenever that happens, I tend to take a screenshot of it. And what the heck just happened here? That's very unusual. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Alright. That is... This is what I'm talking about. This in a terrarium. It looks real. Yet it's artificial. There's just so much potential in this industry. So much to get involved with. I mean, just look at this. Check this out. I mean, we're talking about inside of the house. It looks like it's indoors anyways. Has a bench chair, the picnic chair, the artificial plants, the real fruits on top of the table here. You know, probably some fruit water, and these vases, containers. I mean, I can just go on and on and on about all of this stuff. Honestly, I can. I can do this forever and ever and ever. Ooh, what about a pillow? You know, with this in mind, like, look at this corner piece right here. I just envisioned like a long piece of glass, and I was even thinking about creating some terrariums that, you know, some hanging terrariums. So, I mean, there's so much to do. And, I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a lot of money that can be made with this stuff. And there's a lot of work. If any of you are interested, I mean, look at this. so beautiful. These flowers, and they are inside a wooden crate, and this grass, and it looks vibrant, it looks beautiful. Again, there's this little corner piece here. Definitely, this can be like easily converted into like a square terrarium, so all the dust and stuff won't rest on it, so it won't settle on it. But it looks super clean though. It looks beautiful. You know, look at the glass railing here on the staircase, all made out of glass. Oh, look at this. This is like Disneyland. Artificial environments are turning the world outside, but that's no way to. Blah blah blah. So yeah, I mean, this is like a glass house idea. But instead of a real glass house, it will be all artificial. You know, maybe for people who make these things and want to advertise them, like a nursery. Like, come to my nursery. These are all artificial plants, and you can buy whatever you want. Yep, that simple, ladies and gentlemen. That simple. But yeah, window cleaners. That is big money for all of you. Like, if you haven't caught on to this, oh my god. There's a huge, bright future for all of you. You know, work might seem slow right now, but don't despair. Work is on its way. Glasses everywhere. Look at that. It's insane. It's insane, people. Isn't it beautiful? I believe it's beautiful. Look at this. There's a ball inside of the swimming pool. There's something about balls. You know, things that are round. You know, like the ones I added in my terrarium. Right here. And that's not even what the, that's not, ladies and gentlemen, that's not even introducing a light to these things. Look at that. Alright, we can have a light on these things all day long. Okay. Like this, like so. A little display thing. Now that is super cool. Now I was actually thinking about getting some, like some fish tanks and doing that right here. Remember, all artificial. No bugs. None of that stuff. Right here we have some balls. There's 2 more in there. There's actually 4 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm actually selling these for $100 each. These right here. $100. And then these right here, I'm selling them for $30. And then the other one I just took out earlier today. See, I already see signs of condensation in here. See that? I mean, we're talking about leaving these things outside. It has to be like, I have to remake this. Check this out. This thing is like 100 degrees. And it's super hot out there. I can barely even breathe. But check this out. This feels like a warm egg. The right temperature for an egg to hatch. Look at that. Can you guys see? Can you guys see it? I mean, it's kind of there, but it kind of isn't. And that's what I'm trying to eliminate. I'm trying to work on this right now. And I believe the absence of water will be the absence of condensation. Obviously, right? That's what I'm assuming. But let's try adding and look how beautiful it is, people. I even added a little snake in there and everything. It looks beautiful just like this. Look at that. But I prefer the glass. So I'm going to try to add some hand soap. Maybe this will help.
Because if I miss work, I'm gonna miss out on like $140. So what?
See, that's the way it should look. Clear and wet looking. That wet look. So I'm gonna put this back out there and see what happens. If this doesn't work, I'm going to be forced to use the most affordable oil that I can get my hands on. That or I'm going to have to use possibly some sand. Some sand or some type of liquid, some type of solution. Something that will work. Maybe some Vaseline. I'm still trying to figure this out. If you guys have any ideas, let me know about them. Maybe I can try them out. But the type of look I'm trying to go for is that wet look, that forest look. And I want the plant to look glossy as well. So I don't know what I have to do to achieve that. But if any of you have any ideas, like right now I'm trying to sell this for $30. They would have been so angry at me right now if they were to take this home. And if they were to put it like outside, they'll be like, what the heck, dude? I can't even see the damn thing. Like, I was trying to sell your idea for like way more. And I wanted to use you as my slave. I wanted to use you to make these for me at the price that you want them for, that you are asking, so I could sell them for more. But if it's getting condensated, there's condensation getting built up in there. How can I sell them, dude? How? It's all about sales, right? Trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure this out. I mean, it looks beautiful and everything. It looks nice. It looks good. It sounds good. But that condensation is just... it's throwing off my game. I mean, just look at that. I mean, they look beautiful. I don't understand why I have to be going through this. And let me show you guys out here. These out here are just regular water terrariums. This is a water terrarium, so like it has condensation. This bigger one has condensation. I can't even see it, but there's condensation in there. Ton of condensation. This one has condensation. I destroyed that one. Whatever. It's just it's a hit and miss out here. I'm experimenting, so there's a lot going on. I want this to be perfected. I want this to work. But I also want that wet look. I don't know if I have to go with some type of like floor sealants or epoxy, but I don't know if that's going to be good. I think that will just get too costly for me. Maybe not for some of you. Maybe you guys want to experiment with that. That's fine. But I was thinking about, like soap. I mean, I can leave this thing out. I can leave this thing out there, and it won't have that condensation at all. Except for this one, they had water in it. We can tell. Look at that. There's water content in this for sure. And it does say water. Ingredients: water, EAU, sterile alcohol. So it says it in here. This one, well, it says ingredients: water, agua. Agua is the Spanish word for water. I gotta go. Hold on, give me a minute.
Panchito,